Now let us discuss about the post-war settlement and the Bretton Woods institutions. Post-World War settlements and the Bretton Woods institutions. The economists and the politicians drew two key lessons from the interwar economic experiences. First, an individual society based on mass production cannot be sustained without mass consumption. If you are producing so much in large quantities, in the same way there should be huge consumption also from the masses side. That was the first lesson that is being learnt from the World War situation. But to ensure mass consumption, there was a need of high and stable incomes. How will people focus on buying things when they have standard and regular stable income? Then only people will focus on buying the products. Incomes could not be stable if employment was unstable. Now, after the World War II, we have seen the situation where people are not stable, are not confident that their jobs will continue. Post-war, there was a lot of unemployment. So if there is a lot of unemployment, how will they have stable incomes? So in order to get stable incomes and in order to have mass production sustained with mass consumption, we need to have full employment, stable incomes. Markets alone cannot guarantee full employment. Then what is the next alternative? The next alternative is the governments would be taking certain steps. We need government support to get the things done. And the fluctuation of the prices, output, unemployment, economic stability could be ensured only with the intervention of the government. Without government involving, without the government's interference, we cannot have the economic stability. So we need government support in order to have economic stability in the country. Now, coming to the second point, what the economists and the politicians have learned is that country's economic link with the outside world. The country's economy is always linked with the outside world. The goal of full employment could only be achieved if government had powers to control the flow of goods, capitals, and labor. When will the government ensure or give confidence for us that they can have full employment? The goal of full employment could only be achieved if the government has the power to control the flow of goods, capital, and labor. So two important points. What made the world to realize after the World War was, one, mass production can only sustain if there is mass consumption. When will mass consumption will be there? When there is stable income. When there will be stable income? When they have employment opportunities. But here there are no employment opportunities. So in order to have safety and full employment, the government support is must and mandatory. Then only we can have stable income that can have support for mass production to mass consumption. The second important point is, when will the government be able to provide full employment? When the government is having control over the flow of goods, the capital, and the labor, then only government will be able to give us full support and have full employment opportunities. So thus, in brief, the main aim of post-war international economic system was to preserve economic stability and full employment in the industrial world. So we need to have economic stability. The economic stability will come only when we have full employment. So that was the main learning. Then in the framework agreed upon at the United States Nations Monetary and Financial Conference held in July 1944 at Bretton Woods, which is in the place of New Hampshire in USA. So in 1944, in July 1944, at Bretton Woods in New Hampshire, USA, they had an agreement which was discussed about the financial condition of the world. So the Bretton Woods Conference established the IMF, International Monetary Fund, to deal with the external supplies and deficits of its member nations. If certain member nations will form as a group and they will have a body called International Monetary Fund, which will be looking after about the external surpluses and also the deficits. It will try to balance both of them. So the International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, popularly known as World Bank, was set up to finance post-war reconstruction. What was set up to support the reconstruction post-war? That is International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and that is nothing but World Bank. Now the IMF and World Bank are referred to as Bretton Woods institutions, or sometimes the Bretton Woods twins. So if they are asked for one more questions, what are Bretton Woods institutions? We should be able to write International Monetary Fund and the World Bank, or what are referred as Bretton Woods twins. Then also you can write the same answer. So the post-war international economic system is also often described as Bretton Woods system. So we have one more questions here. One is IMF, World Bank. What are they called? Bretton Woods institutions or Bretton Woods twins. And what is a post-war international economic system known as Bretton Woods system? So now the IMF and the World Bank commenced financial operations in 1947. When were they formed? They were formed in 1944. In July, they had a meeting. So in 1947, they started to get into action. The decision making in these institutions is always controlled by the Western industrial powers. US had an effective right of veto. So the Bretton Woods system was based on a fixed exchange rates. It's based on fixed exchange rates. In this system, the national currencies, for example, the Indian rupee, were pegged in to the dollar at a fixed exchange rate, which means Indian rupee will have certain amount of dollar value. So the dollar itself was anchored to gold at a fixed price of $35 per ounce of gold. So gold is the criteria. Basing on gold, you get the value for dollar. Basing on that value, you get the value for your national currency. Today we can see India's value, Indian rupee value is equal to 73 rupees, sorry, $1 is equal to 73 rupees of Indian rupees. So like that, we get the fixation of the exchange rate. So the International Monetary System came into operations in 1947, where it has two wings, that is IMF and World Bank, which are known as Bretton Woods Financial System Organization or twins, and through this they have fixed the exchange rates for the national currencies and US dollar. US dollar itself is also being anchored to gold as a fixed price.